there, and welcome back once again. I'm Carl with Targets with Attitude, and once again I welcome you to my little corner of cyberspace. Today we're going to take a look at a brand new knife from K-Bar, and this also issues why I like, or demonstrates, why I love the Blade Show, because K-Bar did not officially introduce this knife or release it for review until June 12th. Blade Show, where I picked it up, was June 1st through 3rd, and that is the Mark 98 Flipper. The first flipper K-Bar has ever made. Really sweet little knife, a little heavy, a little thicker, nice G10 scales, just a little bit of texturing, not bad. Very nice coloring, very sweet. It's not assisted opening, but it is a flipper, and it's pretty smooth. Very wide blade, almost 1/8 of an inch from what I can see. Blade itself is just about 3.5 inches long. It's hollow grind. Nice little spear point. Kind of interested in the fuller, because most fullers run from the front of the blade back all the way to the handle. This one runs from just in front of the handle all the way out front of the blade, which is interesting. But like all fullers, it does lower the rate of the blade, which makes it nice. Tang that allows you to flip it is very prominent. Combine that with the finger cut, and you've got an effective guard that's not going to let your finger slide up on the blade if you're stabbing something, which is nice. Another nice little thing about it is that, as you can see from this cut here, you can flip the pocket clips so that you can carry it either tip down or tip up, whichever you prefer. Truthfully, I'll probably move this pocket clip because I prefer tip up. If you like tip down, you got it. Now, would be nice if they had done the same on this side, but they didn't. And in all honesty, don't see that on many knives other than Spyderco, so I sure can't complain about that. Got K-Bar stamped right there on the blade, so you know exactly what you're getting. One thing that is a little bit of a surprise to me is the steel of the blade. I'm used to most knives using 8CR13 MOV steel, which is pretty equivalent to the Japanese AUS 8. It's a good quality stainless, holds an edge fairly well. It's got a reasonable amount of carbon on it. This one only has about 0.5% of carbon, so it's definitely not a high carbon blade. Before it can be called high carbon, you really need to get up to 0.7% carbon. You really don't want to go much above 1.25%. I start running into other problems with too much carbon in the blade. Lower chromium values, as you can tell from the 5CR part. So it's not quite as stainless as some others, but with the black coat blade, that shouldn't be a problem. It's, as I said, I was a little surprised, but 5CR15 MOV is actually used by a lot of German cutlery when you're talking kitchen knives. It's also used for some high-end scissors, so yeah, it's not that unheard of to make knives out of it, and they do make some fairly good knives. It's just not what I'm used to for a pocket knife. So we'll have to see how this little baby holds out over time. But for right now, let's go ahead and put it through our standard battery of tests. See how it does. Start off. Yes, it's pink. What can I say? I'm not sure where it came from, but it's what I got. So that's pretty good. Yeah, it's got a nice edge straight out of the box. I mean, it's cutting nicely. Which is, we stay away from folds and rolls. That's nice. Let's see here. Standard heavy gauge cardboard. You know what? That's doing even nicer. That's the hollow ground blade that's letting it do that. Yeah, the thickness of the blade was counting a little bit against it on the paper test, but the hollow ground let it take the cardboard just fine. So, let's see here. What's next? Oh, yes. Paracord. Actually, we should do hang packaging test first. We'll do paracord first instead. And okay. Yeah, it took that fairly nice. Thick, short tip, so I'm not going to be able to get as small a loop as I would like. It's cutting that though fairly nicely. And packaging tests. Let's see here. Standard Coke bottle. Let's see how this does. And now that tip may be blunt, but it does the trick. Yeah, the blade is so thick it's hanging up a little bit. I mean, it's cutting fairly smoothly. It's just the thickness of the blade is working against it a little bit, but it still did quite nice. Nothing to complain about there. So let's see here. Thickness of the blade makes me think it would be much better for outdoor use. I mean, you could definitely do some prying and some heavy work with that thick spine without having to worry about the blade breaking. Let's see how it does on a piece of wood. And yeah. Yeah, that's working quite nicely. Very nicely indeed. And just using my hand. That hollow grind is letting it go right into the wood very nicely. You bolide some wood with this baby without too much trouble at all. Short blade, so you have to be careful about where you hit it and how big a piece of wood you were trying to bolide, but you could actually do it. So yeah, new K-Bar Mark 98 flipper from K. Sweet knife, definitely a K-Bar, definitely designed for outdoor use. Not sure I'd use it as an everyday carry for what I normally do. But if you are an outdoorsman or work outside a lot, it probably would make a fairly nice everyday carry for you. And even if you don't, this wouldn't be a bad backup knife for hunting or camping. It would do quite well, I think. So, yeah, I'm rushing this review a little bit because I managed to get it at the Blade Show My distributor doesn't carry it quite yet, so I can't put it up on my website, but as soon as my distributor starts carrying it, I'll put a link down below and I'll let you know. In the meantime, I wish you luck. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something a little new. And as always, remember, if you're going to do something, no matter how small, how important it may be, if it's worth doing at all, it's worth doing with attitude. See you now.